kind of hear it on the roadway, the tires there. This is kind of one of those trucks lifted. I mean, a job like this on a truck costs many thousands of dollars to do, very highly modified. I could not believe when this unit was trying to do a pit maneuver on this truck. They got behind it, and it seemed like they tried to push the truck, and it just was completely ineffective. I mean, really not that surprising. So this is CHP now in pursuit of this truck. It started with LA County Sheriff's deputies out of Malibu.
We got our guy Desmond Shaw in the air
into the Woodland Hills area now, crossing Laurel Canyon right now, crossing the on-ramp there. So you see CHP, and they have, I believe that's going to be LA County Sheriff's deputies helicopter overhead. You see the spotlight assisting.
We've got
really
the nights
with a
on.
truck like this driving at these high speeds. There's just a really high probability that this is not going to end well. And you see something in the
He's driving over 90, man. I haven't changed it yet, but we're going to change it.
It looks like might be the cab might be a bicycle. Quite sure, but this truck, I mean, this truck looks like a tank. It's pretty crazy.
This is a crazy-ass looking truck.
Eastbound on the 101 through Woodland Hills.
Yeah, my guess is
how funny.
due to the size of this truck and also those 6 tires, this is not a truck that can make very quick or easy maneuvers to get around pedestrians, bicyclists, or anybody out on the street.
Hey, Tim, what's up?
You need a little time
Welcome, thank
to
you for
get
coming.
to where you're going.
This shit just started.
Yeah.
This guy's driving this huge truck. Look at this thing, looks like a tank.
So he is
He's got 6 tires on it.
Come up on Reseda.
Hey, the chopper thing's working. Hell yeah.
Encino,
Hell yeah.
Sherman Oaks, Studio City.
Thank you.
And traffic can be sometimes kind of heavy at this time of night. Even though we're still in a lockdown, we talk about that all the time, but at the same time, some things have been opening up.
This truck
in
is
terms
so funny
of
looking.
Restaurants, and there's always some people out and about, in fact, in the valley, and certainly in this part of the valley, even at 9:45 at night. So I don't know, Desmond, he's in that far right lane. Does it look
hey,
like he
Gamer
may
Pool,
be trying
Jason,
to
welcome, guys.
exit?
It's
Coming
kind
up
of
on
hard to
10.
see.
Welcome.
Sometimes we see these. Yeah, we see these suspects kind of act like they're
Look
gonna
at this
exit
truck.
the freeway,
Guys,
and they
just
kinda
take
pull,
one look
you
at
know,
this
fast
truck.
when they try to pull into to get some space on the police.
He's
so
got
it's unclear
6
if that
tires. It's like
is
the
what he's
size
trying
of.
to do, but he's been on the freeway.
I
since
don't
he got
know.
on
It's like a
off of,
tank.
Las Virgenes. Again, this came out of the Malibu area, and I'm being told by our diligent
Hey,
associates,
Rudy,
this is
what's
a
up?
Hennessy Velociraptor. That is what they
Should
call
I
this.
post this shit in the
custom
bucket
job
Discord?
Wow.
To one of these Ford F-150s. I'd be really curious to know what that costs, because I've personally known people that have spent tens of thousands of dollars doing modifications like this on a truck.
Tens of thousands of dollars
so
on modifications.
Your run-of-the-mill Ford F-150, that's for sure. Hey, look how high it's lifted up. It looks like a monster. It looks like a monster truck.
military-grade
I can't
vehicle.
believe this. Yeah, Pat and Juan, I can't believe this. I was just told this truck might cost $350,000.
Well, now,
is it his truck? Is the guy driving it? Does he own it?
Canoga Park, one of these
At
custom
least.
jobs.
and you know,
That's
that
a
the mind
redneck
is
Bugatti.
thinking. The mind is thinking, Desmond.
Yeah.
Oh,
Malibu,
Matt, welcome.
$350,000. Do we know who's driving this truck?
I wonder.
Well, now we really want to know who's driving this, because here's another thing, too, and this is why I was really curious, because when my assignment desk said that this came out of Malibu and it was registered with Montana plates, I don't know if you guys know about the tax loophole that a lot of people with these really expensive vehicles do. They register them in Montana so that they pay way less
Oh, I didn't
tax.
know about this.
And so I'm just kind of connecting
I did
dots
not
here.
know about
This
that.
truck
Thanks,
costs
Desmond, for
hundreds of
the
thousands of
criminal
dollars,
tip.
Came out of Malibu, registered out of Montana. So we've got a lot going on here with this Hennessy Velociraptor. I hope I'm saying it right. Maybe
Yeah,
one
you
of
are.
my
What?
car friends will text me and correct me.
What?
But this is
You
this
better
is nuts
believe
here
that
with this
people are
truck.
Googling.
It's a
right now to see
Velociraptor?
maybe
Is that what he
which-
called it?
And I'm making light, but what
Boost.
if there's a celebrity that has a home
may have
in
this kind of
Montana
car, right?
and in Malibu? I mean,
Yeah,
if you
he
say-
is. Desmond's telling all the shit.
$350,000. That's a lot of
Slow
dough.
down.
Oh, that is
Just
funny as
A
hell.
little bit there, Pat. I found out I did the same thing you did. You Googled it a little bit here. This is a 4x4 truck. It has 6x6
How is his audio
locking
compared
rear
to mine?
axles,
Is it good?
An upgraded suspension, upgraded 20-inch wheels on this thing, off-road tires as well, special front and rear bumpers, a roll bar, and LED lights. So
Check.
this is
Check.
a serious truck
Okay.
here. Slowing down just a little bit. Look at that. Speeds now about 57 miles an hour here. as
There's
he
a guy that
approaches
makes
the
them.
101
Okay.
and the Balboa Boulevard exit there. This is Encino.
So
We're
this
gonna
is
see
a
whether
very
or not,
unique
He
vehicle,
gets
huh?
off the freeway here, but for the most part, he's been hugging that lane there. And look,
Well, there he is.
looks like
He's just
he
trying
may
to
be
show it
getting
up.
out.
Whoa,
No.
dude.
That's what I was talking about.
What are you
right
doing?
There, Pat and
He's
Juan,
trying
that's
to-
what I was talking about. Sometimes we see these suspects try to
Maybe
do something
it's
like
two
that. Think they
chains.
can pull a fast one, and when you have a truck that can, go over a divider or a gore point with, no problem, like this truck can, I'm glad at least that we're seeing the lower speeds just for everybody around.
Yeah, he was
because
going
when you
over
have a truck
90
like
right
this
away.
going 80,
I
90
haven't
miles
changed
an
the
hour,
bingo card yet, but
down
it
the
would have
roadway,
filled that up
missing
for
a
us.
tire. We believe that one of those 6 tires has been blown out.
One of
just
them?
the potential for a really bad ending.
It
with
really
this.
is.
It's not like.
How do we
and
kn-
it's not
why do
like
we know
these
that it's been
vehicles
blown
handle,
out?
like some other cars that cost $350,000.
How did that
This is no
happen?
Ferrari. This isn't a Lamborghini. This is a huge lifted truck. And,
No,
now
that's
we're
not even
eastbound on
an
the 101, coming up on the 405.
That's not even an SUV Lamborghini. That's what
Not
I
at
was about
all.
to say. He just, I believe, passed
I look like
Haskell.
different
So,
person.
there he is. He's at Haskell right now. So, yes, 405 would be the next exit for him if he was going to get on another freeway. He doesn't seem in the position to do so, but then again, if the speeds are right, is it 86 miles per hour? I mean, it's very possible that he can get over to that far right lane. He's got a choice. He can go 405 north or south from the 101
And there's
or continue on the 101.
Yeah,
But I
we'll
don't
be
know.
coming up on the intersection here shortly. They're crossing Haskell, so next is the 405, and we'll see if he
There
pulls
was
another
a
one of those
chase
maneuvers.
earlier
And
tonight,
gonna be
but it
crossing
had a
the
weird-ass
interchange, too.
ending. As soon as
Kind
I
of the
turned it
weird
on,
one
it
where the
ended.
South 405
And the guy
goes onto
almost
the,
ran over a
South
cop.
101. Okay, it looks like he's
Because
going
the cop was like
on the
out
401.
on a motorcycle.
No.
Oh, he's doing it
Oh,
again.
again.
Right there
He
at the
did
last
it again.
second.
He's kind of
And-
sliding
and
around
there
a
was,
little, too.
kind of a little cement, a curb that he just, went over, no
Yeah, he's
problem. So he is
fucking
sticking
around.
with the 101 right now. And, just as I was saying, with the speeds, they were calming down, then he kind of sped up again. So
You
we've
saw a
got high
Lambo
speeds, we've
SUV
seen
at the
some lower
hospital.
speeds, but this just might be the craziest
Wow.
car as far as, the vehicle type that we've seen. For me personally, covering a pursuit. I mean, we've had Porsches,
I mean,
we've
seeing
had
people
Jaguars
run
that
with
come
like
to
a
mind, but
U-Haul is pretty
never
funny
a
too. You
Hennessy
know, I mean, this is a
Velociraptor,
really
so a really wild
expensive
truck,
vehicle.
driving pretty erratically.
Unique.
Came out of Malibu, and not, on top of all that, this is a reckless DUI suspect.
Reckless
so
DUI,
that
okay.
adds yet another wrinkle to this because
Okay, so it's
if
not
the person is
GTA.
suspected to be under the influence, and
This
is
guy really
driving
owns
huge
this
truck
car.
under the influence. We've got a lot of
This is
bad
only
stuff
in
working
America,
here right
yeah.
now, Pat and Juan.
Yeah, indeed. And wow, when you give us that side
14
view there,
months
it's
snooze.
unbelievable. You can
Bingo.
see those
Bingo.
3 sets of
14
tires
months.
on each
Thank you,
side.
Mr.
It
Wrigley.
is very impressive.
And that would, passing something like this,
Uh-huh.
that would make me a little nervous, especially if
this
I'm seeing
view?
the police follow. But just on any given night,
Oh,
that
man,
makes
this
you
is
want to
cool,
stop
right?
and look at what it is at the same time, because it is huge. This thing is humongous.
It's
the rumbling
huge.
of those tires
looks
as
kinda
they
like
go
a
by
boat.
you, right?
Yeah, and that's got to be disconcerting to drivers as well. I mean, especially when we saw them make a move not long ago where I thought
it's
this thing was
muted?
going to tip
Damn.
over, and there's possibility that, of course, that could happen. Well, right now, Desmond, I guess he's continuing on the 101 with one
yes,
tire.
we're leaving.
destroyed.
Yeah, we're leaving Sherman Oaks, and you see him kind of veering over to the right here. And
Is
he's
he
been
gonna
doing
do
that
it
a lot
again?
as
He's gonna
well.
do it again,
Okay,
right?
let's see if he does it.
No, he's actually gonna. No,
again.
no.
He may actually be exiting. Okay.
Oh man, I
He
think
is.
Like
he
is
was not.
actually
I don't know.
exiting
Fuck, I don't
the
know.
freeway right now at Woodman, so we're in the heart of Sherman
I
Oaks.
guess he's planning
See
on
if
getting off.
he decides to go down to Ventura Boulevard, where he is going to encounter some traffic. Now in stop traffic as we get behind these trees.
mean,
or
don't
maybe
give up,
through.
man.
He's going to
Come
get
on.
back on. No, okay. Yeah, he's going up kind of towards the Valley Village area, now underneath
Okay.
the 101.
Van
We'll be
Nuys.
coming up to Riverside Drive right now. And you see CHP there, now the primary agency. LA County Sheriff's
Yeah,
on
I
the
think
ground
that I
dropped
think
out
he
of
was
this a
thinking
while
about
ago,
it.
so now
I think
it's,
his plan
CHP
originally was
in the
not to get
lead
off the
agency.
highway.
I believe, though, that this is LA County Sheriff's Deputy's
just-
chopper that's overhead.
Didn't he just
providing
run
that
a
spotlight on
run a
this
red
black
light?
truck.
I think he just ran a
I-
red.
He's just
think he-
swerving
yeah.
around.
Well, so
Yeah, and you see him swerving.
Dude,
Yeah,
I feel like
swerving.
he's gonna
So
hit something.
Unclear if he's under the influence or if he's
just fucking around.
losing maneuverability after losing one of the tires, even though he still has 5 more. I mean, these
He
vehicles
lost
are not
the
easy to
full-ass
control,
tire?
especially at these speeds. I really get worried if he tries to take a turn at high speeds
Yeah.
with that really high center of gravity. But yeah,
He'll get back
we're
on.
pretty
Yeah, I think
high-
he might,
high
too.
Speeds right now, northbound
But
on Woodman. as we come up towards
He may have just gone right past the entrance.
And
a
so
lot of
dangerous off the
apartments.
freeway, Pat, too,
Yes.
that they're going to come across more of these intersections, blowing through red lights.
I don't
Oh,
know if
what
this
is he
dude knows what
doing
he's
there?
doing. Yeah, he's gonna.
I'll make a
Wide
left
turn.
Now we got a really good
Yeah.
shot of those wheels.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
really see.
A wide turn onto Chandler, so
Chandler.
we're westbound on Chandler now, heading towards Van Nuys, and this will end at Van Nuys Boulevard if he continues on this trajectory.
So
Very, very bizarre. I mean, this guy has to know he's going to get stopped at some point. Of course, we're just wondering, coming out of Malibu with this expensive of a truck, if
He
this,
doesn't know where he is.
Some high-profile individual.
It's an
this
area
is gonna
you
be,
know. He was going the wrong way.
A celebrity or
Okay.
certainly somebody of high net worth. We know that.
Someone with a high net
And that's,
worth.
you know, we should explain to our viewers why we surmise that this
hilarious.
could possibly be the case, because
It's
as you
just
mentioned,
hilarious.
this started in Malibu.
Hey, Stacy, what's up?
This,
You used to deliver newspapers right around here?
F-250, it's tricked out.
We
as you
think that he
said,
doesn't probably know where he's at.
$350,000, and the plates are registered to Montana.
Dude, where are you
And-
going? Oh, he's going to turn
Well, he
around.
just
You're not
did a
going in that
U-turn, didn't he?
neighborhood.
It made us
Yeah, wide
believe that this
U-turn.
could be somebody
So is he
that
missing a
we may
tire? What
know,
is they
a
talking
celebrity
about?
of some kind. And,
Now we're
and-
looking
and
at the
yes,
other
wild
side of the
speculation
vehicle.
on our parts, folks.
Doesn't
but
look like
what the
anything's
heck,
wrong
you
with
got
it, right?
A truck that's what,
350K,
almost half
right?
of,
It looks fine.
A lot of money.
$350,000, and we were
He's just
thinking,
like
well, it could
doing
be
this a lot.
someone could have a ranch or something like that in Montana and a home here in Malibu.
And not an easy truck to
What is he
pit
doing?
maneuver, not an easy one to
Not at all.
to throw spike
No,
strips
you're not
down
gonna
when you have 6
pit
sets of
maneuver that
tires
car.
there underneath
It's
this
a
truck
big
there.
ass
Even
truck.
if one or two go, I'm guessing
This
the
is
truck can
rare,
still go for
vehicle,
quite
I
a bit there. It's a heavy truck, an expensive truck, now on surface streets, which of course very dangerous. And as far as we know, this was originally a call out of the Lost Hills Sheriff Station out of Malibu for a drunk driver call. So it's covered quite a bit of ground from Malibu now into the
Now,
Sherman Oaks area.
He's making circles, is he not?
Circles, yeah.
Why were they
Desmond?
talking about something being wrong with
Well,
one of his
it
tires?
seems
I've
like
seen all
yeah,
6 of them. They
there's
look
a
fine.
Yeah,
Woodland
back on
Chandler.
Woodman, we are headed northbound, but you see how wide they have to take the turns with a truck this big when he's going at those higher speeds. At least he's wasn't trying to take it too sharp, because could have tipped this truck over. But yeah, you know, again, we were talking about the spike strips. You know, you imagine the officer sitting there on Malibu
Dude's
Canyon
driving
with this
like
truck come rumbling
70
by,
miles an hour
throws
on
out
this
the
road
spike
right
strip
now.
with
That's
this
a
guy
little
going about 60,
extreme.
70 miles an hour. And these are big, beefy tires. These are like 30, 35-inch tires. So we kind of have to wonder too.
He was
if
going
the spike
90
strip
on the
was even,
highway.
100%
Successful?
effective.
I don't think he's got any sort of plan right
I'm
now.
not certain if they have other spike strips
Like,
in the
what
works. There you
are
see
you doing?
a
Just went
red
through
light
another red
there.
light.
Red light.
Yeah,
Now he's at Oxnard.
Yeah, on Woodman, but yeah, I still just can't believe that we saw a CHP unit try to do a pit maneuver. That was incredibly
They saw that?
gutsy.
What?
But
I
unfortunately,
didn't see that.
completely ineffective with this massive truck.
I
now
guess I got here
rumbling
late.
northbound
What
on
the fuck?
Woodman as we head towards kind of we're on the edge of Van Nuys.
It's gonna be
and
Kanye.
Panorama City. We're kind of more Van Nuys. If it continues more to the north, it'll be in Panorama City, but instead he's
making
making
a right on Victory.
right, so he'll be heading eastbound on Victory now. So kind
It's
of
gonna
headed
be
towards
Justin Bieber.
North Hollywood. We'll be headed towards the 170 freeway. Pretty light traffic though. You see on the surface streets. CHP though, they are in pursuit. They're not making any indications that they're
They
gonna
said
let
that
this
this
one get
vehicle
away.
is worth
Why not? You see the,
$350,000. That's what
airship as
Desmond
well.
said.
So they've got this covered, you know, from all angles. And it's really difficult for a high-profile vehicle like this to get away, especially
Dude, where are you
once
going
they have,
now?
eyes on them from the air. But now turning down
A smaller
down
street.
Varna Avenue. Yeah, a smaller street. So now this is
Why are
pretty
you doing
nerve-wracking. We're
that?
getting onto a small, narrow street with this big, wide tank of a truck headed northbound, about 40 miles an hour. Just hope that he doesn't blow through any
He's
stop
gonna hit
signs
like a
here, that
dead
there's
end.
Any innocent people out, but
Yeah,
we'll see
'cause
where
that's
it's
a
going.
something.
I mean, some of these streets.
Residential neighborhood.
Go ahead, Pat.
No, I was going to just say
Yeah,
that's a
some of
Dude,
these
like,
streets,
quit driving that
residential
way.
Go
neighborhood.
ahead. Yeah, some of these
It's as
streets,
long as
you
a
know,
caravan,
they do
yeah.
dead end. They don't, even though the valley, you know, is kind of a grid with the major streets. A lot of the minor streets,
Dead end.
you know, once you get
Right?
in between the majors, they do just randomly turn into dead ends.
Yeah,
So it's
they just
unclear if
dead
this
end.
person
We see it happen.
an interesting location to go.
Like, don't
from,
keep going
from
straight
the
there.
heart
Get
of
on
Malibu
this
now,
road. Yeah, there you go.
Into
Well, this
the
one
Van
did
Nuys
dead
area.
end.
Now we
Gotta
can go
turn
westbound
around.
on Van Nuys. So I don't know. This is kind of no rhyme or reason.
No,
Van
if
Nuys.
this person knows the area or is looking for a friend or
Yeah,
what.
clearly he doesn't know where
who
he's
knows?
at.
Well, you know what? But this vehicle is really making some traction. I thought for a minute that we could tell that it might have been a bit impaired after that first spike strip, was it? But now it seems
What
to
are
be.
they talking about, man?
you know,
I must have
rolling
missed
pretty
something
steady.
here. I feel like I've missed something really significant.
Yeah.
Spike
Yeah,
strips,
he
pit
does have
maneuvers,
to,
what the fuck?
obviously, okay, going into a
No,
parking
don't do
lot
that.
now, kind of weird. We'll see
Yeah.
if CHP, now I was thinking maybe they might head him off on the other side, but no, not the case.
Nobody's going to block this car.
Boy,
You're
on
not
the
going to
wrong
try
side of the
and
road there for a
stop,
second.
get in front
You know,
of this vehicle. Don't do
Pat,
that.
I think you'd agree maybe more than half of these pursuits, they just go on for the sake of going on so this person can enjoy the last
bit
few
impaired, but,
moments
you
of
know, he isn't
freedom.
now.
Or,
He's
some
sobered
of
up.
these DUI suspects we've seen them try to go the distance so that they can sober up. So,
Yeah, there you go.
that might be what's going on as well. Or
Hey,
this
that's a good
person,
point,
you know,
Desmond.
texting
You
relatives
just drive
saying,
until,
you know, hey,
until
this
you
is
won't
not gonna
blow.
go well for me tonight.
It's so dumb.
Uh,
But
I don't know. I'm curious how much
imagine
gas he's
thinking
got
that way.
left,
Like,
though,
man,
in
if
this-
I
in this
just
gas
drive
buzz
until
or
I
truck.
blow
I
a
mean,
.05.
these trucks like this get maybe 10, 12 miles to the gallon, and especially when you're stopping and going as much
Yeah,
as
this
this
guy.
truck goes.
There you go. We got one.
that we can.
We got one.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to take a minute here to go ahead and say this is
Out of
KCAL 9
gas.
News at 10 o'clock. Desmond Shaw is over Sky 9 over the latest pursuit here in Los Angeles. This is quite an interesting pursuit.
How long
we
have they
have
been
a
chasing him?
Ford
No, I'm not sure. I should try and find out
6x6
real quick.
truck, heavily modified, high center of gravity lifted. It's called a Velociraptor.
How long has this been going on?
$360,000 massive pickup is part
It's
of
on
this
multiple
police
news
chase
stations, by the way,
with
so I am going
CHP here in
to,
Los Angeles. It started over in Malibu.
get
And this
another
is
one
a
open.
situation where the driver's wanted for DUI and reckless driving. At one point in time, we understand he was driving on the wrong side of the road on Malibu Canyon Road. And for those of you that have gone up and down that Canyon Road, you know there's a lot of twists and turns. It is sometimes down to 4 lanes.
Yeah,
It's
all right. So
undivided.
there's
And if
a-
you go the wrong way, then you go around a corner, you could actually do a lot of damage.
right.
And this is a big truck.
Anyway,
this is
gotta back
something
up. Now I'm gonna
that we
keep
haven't
looking.
seen
How long has
a
this been
whole lot
going
of.
on?
I don't think I've ever seen
I've
a
been
6x6
live for how
vehicle
long? I don't know.
in a police pursuit. I am Jeff Vaughn here on KCAL 9. Susie joins me as well as we continue to follow this breaking news of this police pursuit for a driver wanted for DUI, reckless driving. Started
it
in
looks like
Malibu.
it's been
Now,
going on
Susie,
for
this
about
is off of the 101,
30
exited
minutes?
at Woodman, I believe now. We're
Which
in
isn't
the
really
San
that much
Fernando
longer
Valley
than how long
on
I've been
Van Nuys
on
Boulevard,
here. So
Sherman Way.
I don't know.
And Desmond, it really struck me when you
CM,
said that
what's
the
up?
CHP actually attempted
Are
a
you gonna
pit
buy
maneuver
my,
on this huge truck.
Yeah, Jeff
Are
and
you gonna
Susie, that
buy
was
my
actually the
merch?
very first thing we saw. I couldn't believe my eyes when we got on this one. It was
In
eastbound on the
Australia, they will
101 at
estimate
Las
how drunk
Virgenes,
you
and it
were?
was right when
That's
they got
hilarious.
on the freeway, right when CHP took over
It's
for LA
hilarious.
County Sheriffs, and they took the lead. It was like they wanted to shut it down immediately as soon as they got on the freeway, but it just didn't happen. I mean, you have one of those little Dodge, I believe it's those Dodge Charger sedans that came up. I mean, and even as modified
cop
as they
tried to
are,
pit this with the
it's just
Dodge
got nothing. I
Charger?
mean, let's be honest, it got nothing on this massive truck.
Are you fucking
Would
kidding
need
me?
to find out how much this truck weighs, but I'm guessing, it's more than several tons, probably closer to 4 or 5 tons,
Yeah.
with these huge tires and lifted as far off on the ground as it is. But here we go, just kind of circling some random neighborhoods. We're
He's
now
gonna
on
hit a dead
Tobias
end,
Avenue,
man.
so
I
we're
feel like
kinda
I've seen
in
this
the Van
movie
Nuys area.
before,
Really run
you
the
know?
gamut now from Malibu now into the Van Nuys area. You see another unit there. It looked like that was LAPD, so they're getting involved in this as well, and they may end up taking over. We'll
Yeah,
see.
CM, can
It
you
seems
get
like a
her
lot
on
of
the
times
rap
once
battle
CHP
next time?
gets, to be the lead agency.
Can you get us set up with that?
They tend to stay the lead agency, but now you've got the airship overhead from LA County Sheriffs. You've got a CHP on this,
And you've got
you've
every
got,
news station.
the LAPD with this Hennessy Velociraptor. Again, a
You
truck
try? All right.
that costs as much as some entry-level condos in Southern California, barreling down the street now on Van Nuys Boulevard, back towards the 101 freeway, Jeff and Susie.
Yeah, you know what? We have to say for sure that this is one vehicle that will not be able to blend in. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Also, we need to add that there are Montana plates on this 6x6 Ford Velociraptor pickup truck.
Desmond, tell him
we
why.
understand sometimes people license these out of state to try to save on sales tax, whatever the case may be.
Sure.
So this is a situation where you got this large, massive, ridiculous truck, a 6x6. We do think that one of those tires may be out, so he's lost a little bit of control, sometimes going to the right-hand side. So maybe he's got a flattened tire on the right side.
Yeah, one of the 6 tires we're talking about. And Desmond, you were talking about the CHP deploying spike strips at some point during this chase.
Yes,
CM, I know you can rap without beats, dude.
that it was successful, but now we've gotten a good look at both sides, and I was just zooming in on the right side.
They should just let him go. I know, it's a cool car.
Intact, all 6 of them. You know, and it's not often that, if ever, that you're going to have the authorities trying to do a spike strip on not just a lifted truck with these kind of tires, but with 6 tires.
6 tires.
So I don't think that operation was successful in any way. We had thought maybe it had been, but now that I've gotten a really good look at both sides, it looks like this truck is moving just fine with all 6 tires.
Yeah, they were saying there was something wrong with one of his tires. I've seen all 6. They look fine.
So I've kind of been circling in the Van Nuys area for the last little while.
You think
now
he'll try to get back on the freeway if he comes around it?
Just kind of going with no rhyme or reason now, turning onto Satakoy Street. Kind of a wide turn. You see, went over there. Looked like that car kind of had to get out of the way.
Well, that is a big truck. It takes a lot of real estate, I would think, to turn that. Good thing it has power steering.
Yeah.
You know what's really interesting about this is when you mentioned that they tried that pit maneuver, the vehicle was going much slower at that point in time, Desmond. I saw that on camera when you first had it on. It was going much slower at that point in time. And at one point in time along the highway, it was going about 80,
I feel like they
84,
didn't get that part
hour.
streamed because they would show us the replay,
I think it was right when we had first gotten on the freeway. It was
we know how that goes.
Accelerating.
They'll start
it was within
showing
moments.
replays
Okay,
and
see
shit.
if he goes through a red light here. Okay, he's making a right. So
I would hope that
if
he had tried to hit
so we really
this
are
car,
kind
we
of doing,
could see it. They keep talking about
big kind of loops around the Van Nuys area. We're going to just reposition here as he goes underneath.
No, Way hasn't contacted me, man. I haven't talked to him.
Okay, fortunately not a red light there, but yeah, pretty high speeds with this crazy Hennessy Velociraptor truck.
While you reset there, we're going to reset our audience here. Welcome to KCAL 9 News at 10 alongside Jeff Vaughn. Good evening,
I think
everyone.
Wade be afraid to try and rap
against
you,
This is a CHP pursuit, LASD helicopter overhead. The original want is a reckless DUI driver of an F-150 registered out of Montana. As you can see, a highly modified vehicle. We believe, just doing some research here, that this vehicle can cost upwards of $300,000. We picked it up in the Malibu area, just off of Las Virgenes. The chase then continued on the eastbound 101 freeway.
By the way, everyone, on Friday night,
maybe hit a spike strip
we're going to do another
we believe that
rap
was successful, but it certainly doesn't show,
all organized.
Jeff.
It's going to be fucking good. The production value should be a little higher than the last couple times.
Going at various speeds and making all these different turns in the valley here, but
it'll be good.
Still don't see the proof of that spike strip actually working. Well, and the CHP also attempted a pit maneuver.
Or you can watch
that didn't work out very well. That is a large vehicle. That thing can go almost anywhere it wants to. You know, it's kind of interesting. I want to bring Desmond in on this because you wonder, when the police finally get to the point where they stop this vehicle, if it's not a foot bail and he jumps out, they try to get him out. I wouldn't think that they wouldn't possibly need a stepladder to get up to the door to open this truck up. It's so tall.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. You know, these things.
Am I going to rap? I'm not planning to. Should I
suspect this is one of those trucks with the fancy running boards that come out of the bottom of the
whoever
truck
wins
when you
gets
open
a
the
rate.
door.
Yeah,
so those won't be available to the officers unless, you know, they force the door open.
I don't know. How should we determine
a winner?
It could
take a couple of officers to swarm.
Should we have some sort of system for that?
I'm just so worried about this ending poorly. Well, we'll see if he's going.
Dude, what are you doing?
See somebody running from the
Who is that?
Alleyway?
I didn't want to get involved with that tank. Yeah, now he's going down an alley and now I'm really wondering if this guy knows where he's going.
He don't know where he's going.
Through the alley, another car having to get
try
out
to
of
get back
his
on the 101.
I think pretty much any
to the
car
405.
would get out of the way when they see this huge truck coming out from behind him. But
I wonder, could he make it that far?
Went through.
I don't know. I'm doing my out of gas.
Idea of the perspective of the truck compared
multiple
to
stage elimination would be
right up next
fucking
cool. To the smaller cars,
that would be really cool. But we need to have a system of how are we going to eliminate people.
So Desmond, it's
and we are back
and
on
are we
Woodman
going
Avenue.
to do it? I don't know.
We're back on Woodman Avenue now. The wrong
There's so many ways we
roadway,
could do this.
Through another red light.
I'm open to any suggestions.
You see the other units there that are kind of just watching and observing, and they may be getting ready to set up another spike strip somewhere, but you know, it's just unclear how successful that will be when you're dealing with this mammoth truck with, you know, 2 extra tires.
Really?
You know, normal passenger tires, you know, that's one thing. But,
yeah.
you know,
If
these tires are, by all accounts, could be
so.
Twice as big and thick as you know, normal passenger car
Twice
tires
as big and
on
thick.
a truck that's, you know, 2 or 3 times the size of a normal car as well.
You know, we mentioned that the chase was on the eastbound 101 freeway. Then they
got a bike in
exited
the back.
off of Woodman.
Get up to the
near
mountains,
Sherman
get
Oaks,
out,
and
get
then
on
it
your
took us
bike.
through the Valley Village area, and here we are
Whoa.
in Van Nuys.
Wow.
So close right there. Wow, so close to that car.
Yeah, that was
threatening.
pretty
But,
close.
you know, we always wonder, as we always do, you know, Desmond, Jeff, you know, about why this area, why did they exit in the Van Nuys area? You know, do they know this area? Are they from this area? Do they have a friend in the area that they're possibly calling
This dude
right
has
now
no
so that they
friend
can
in the area.
perhaps,
He has
I don't
fucking
know,
nothing.
maybe, you know, run to that
He
house.
doesn't know what
we have
he's
no
doing.
Idea, but so far,
I mean, if he
there
was
hasn't
going
been any
somewhere, he
real
would have
rhyme or
went there
reason,
by now.
to this chase. We've been noticing that they've been making some pretty wild maneuvers, pretty wide turns, and some really close calls with not only pedestrians but other cars as well, as you just saw.
Red light.
And this is going through surface streets and not at a really fast clip, really.
No, you know, it's interesting how big
He's
this
just
vehicle
having a
is.
good
I mean, the line
time.
of sight. Can you
That's
imagine
right.
if there was a pedestrian in the
I hope
crosswalk, you
he
wouldn't be
is,
able to see
because
it
I
it's
am.
so
I think it's
far up
fun.
in the air, and it's at
He's-
night, of course. You do
he's
have the night sun
entertaining me.
from law enforcement helicopter above. And I do see something in the bed of that big truck.
And what's
Again,
up,
the
Atiba?
6x6 Ford Velociraptor
Oh,
going
going
into
to
a
Taco Bell.
of all places. And it's amazing how they go into just going around in circles. You just know that they're trying to figure this out. They don't know what they're doing, just trying to evade police and doing anything.
Oh,
they can.
dude.
Trying to get high
Oh,
centered.
he just knocked the light pole down.
Why'd
Oh,
you do that?
look at
Why'd
what
you do
ease.
that?
He wasn't even going that fast,
Exactly.
Jeff and Susie. It looked like he just dinked into that pole and knocked it
All he
down
did
like it
was
was
just
nothing.
bump
but he
into
has
it, and
come
the
to a
whole
stop.
thing just went
We'll see if he's going to
over.
surrender. He's not motioning like he's going to.
Why
You
you?
see,
Why
CHP,
did you stop, man?
They're
Keep
out
going.
with guns drawn. Hopefully,
Come
we can
on,
get some
man.
more
Keep going.
officers.
You don't have to
You
quit.
see a bunch of officers
You don't
now
have to
getting
quit
ready
just
to
'cause you
swarm
bumped
the truck,
into a
but they don't
pole.
know if this person is armed. Okay,
Oh,
the
he's
door
getting
is
out.
coming open.
You're really gonna
So I
quit
think
after
this
that,
is
man,
going
just
to be
'cause you
over.
bumped
We'll
into a
see.
pole?
Might be at too wide of an angle to see if
Just
we
because
can,
you bumped into a
maybe
pole.
recognize this person.
Like,
Put the
ah, fuck.
extender
All right,
in
I
that
guess
tends
that's
to
it.
make a
I
little
can't take
darker.
sharp turns here.
He's got kind of now. I thought maybe he had a hooded sweatshirt on, but I don't
Like,
think so.
all right.
So
Defeated by the pole,
not anybody
man.
recognizable yet. I know we're all very curious if this is somebody
How
famous,
did he
but
just-
Yeah, and
uh,
we're going to talk
it's-
about that
it's
here.
over.
Sure. Let's talk about that a little bit, just to explain to our
barely
audience
even
why we
hit it.
think
His
this is
car doesn't even
possibly
look damaged at
maybe
all.
someone who might be famous, only because it started in the Malibu area. This
Who
is
is
a
this famous
$300,000 vehicle.
Started in
Pure
Malibu,
speculation
dude's
at this
driving
point, but
350.
We're thinking maybe this person does have some money, and
They sure.
of course, this truck. I mean, this is not
Dude,
your
you can't
see
take
normal
turns
everyday
all.
F-150.
Well, he knocked over
That
that
reminded
telephone
me of the
pole,
time
that
the guy
light
in the
pole, like it was
U-Haul
a
tried to take
toothpick.
that turn
It's
and then
amazing that. By the way, in the back of that,
accelerated
appears to be a
to hit
bicycle.
that
He's
pole in a parking lot, but he
actually
backed up
listening
and
to
kept
police
going. He
officers
wasn't
walking.
fucking around.
It looks like a younger gentleman to me, like a younger man. I don't know. Maybe it's the son of whoever owns the truck.
It's David
Take it out
Dobrik.
for
Big
a
trouble.
joyride. So Desmond, tell us a little bit about what you're seeing now. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we are finally, fortunately, seeing this come to a conclusion, and it did end in a crash, but the only casualty was a light
Oh,
bulb. Unfortunate
man.
that
I
there was
don't think
nobody
he's
out
gonna have a
there,
cellmate.
in the area that
I don't think he'll make it
could've
that
gotten hit
far.
by that falling over, but really amazing.
I don't
he was
think that'll
only probably
happen.
going about 20 miles an hour, and that pole just fell
If he's
flat,
in the tax
flat
bracket,
down
we
like,
think he's
like
in.
no problem, and it didn't really
He's
look
not
like it
going in
damaged
to
the
sell.
truck. I mean, I don't really see any obvious damage to that.
Yeah,
to
nothing
that truck.
happened. Man, he
I
this
kinda
this
thought it was gonna
vehicle
keep going,
now,
but maybe
whoever
the
sells
light
and
pole,
makes these vehicles
it's possible it might have
needs
trapped
this.
one of the tires there.
You know, now they can tell
okay, wait, now
everybody,
we're saying it looks like they're clearing
hey,
the vehicle. Okay, so it's a code 4. So